Hey, welcome back everybody to another episode of the Toolbox Chronicles. Today I have my neighbor's 2021 Ford F-150 King Ranch 3.5 liter V6. Today I'm going to be doing spark plugs on it. I haven't ever done them on these before, but they seem to be pretty straightforward as always. So the part number we have here for the spark plugs is an SP596. You can get these actually through Advanced Auto, AutoZone, the dealer, wherever you want to try to pick them up. I believe Advanced Auto is cheaper. Being a V6 is only 6 spark plugs, obviously. So let's go ahead and get started. The only tools so far that I've seen you're gonna need, it's gonna be your spark plug sockets. I'm gonna be using the Mako Tools spark plug socket set SPK6. And if you look back in my other videos, I have a short little review on those, and you'll get to see a little bit of them in action today. And the coil packs are an 8mm to remove. Might need an extension or swivel, and obviously ratchet or impact, whichever you choose. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. And all right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is remove this top cover. That's going to require a 10mm. Set a couple nuts on here and get those removed. And this will just pick it up and pull off. All right, now that kind of opens up our engine bay a little bit here. You can see we got one coil pack here, one coil pack here, and one in the very back. Like I said, these are going to be 8mm, so we're going to start on the back one and work our way forward. All right, so now we've got all the bolts unscrewed. We're gonna go ahead and just pull directly up on this. Make sure you grab your hardware. You don't want to lose those bolts. Go ahead and set them up here.
Alright, got our first spark plug out. Next, go ahead. Second one out.
And then it looks like for this one, this one line, to pull this connector, plug that, put that out of the way, and then go ahead and disconnect that line from the bottom. Much easier to come off, and you can rotate the line. And then go ahead and pull your coil plug right out. All right, now go ahead and get the last one removed. There's the last one for the driver's side. So now we'll go ahead and get our new spark plugs installed on the driver's side here. Once again, is an SP596. That is an updated number from what they previously ran. I'm not sure what they changed up on it, but that's what Ford gave me as the updated number. As always, I do want to make sure, compare these, that they're at least the same length, which they appear to be. So you want to make sure that they're the same length. I had instances where I've been given the wrong plugs. They've been much longer, and thankfully I noticed that before I started the car. So always make sure of that. And then one other thing you're going to want to do is be sure to check the gap on all these. Now I believe these ones might be pre-gapped, but let's see, installation torque, spark plug gap is not adjustable. All right, so on these ones, these are pre-gapped, so do not touch them from what they are already. And now we'll start from the front and go ahead and get these reinstalled, and then we'll move on to the passenger side. You can use an impact to take them out. I don't really recommend using an impact to put them back in, but snuggle down, especially just to ensure that you do not cross-thread it, because then you'll have much bigger issues and a much larger repair bill. Okay. Plus, if you do it by hand, then you can feel that you're actually starting to plug in and not cross-threading at it, or you can feel if there's an issue before you try to send it in with an impact. Like I said, I don't mind taking them out with an impact, but I 100% prefer to put them back in by hand. Right, so now we got all of our plugs back in. We're going to start with the front again. Go ahead and reinstall our coils. Want to make sure that they get properly seated all the way when reinstalling. Should be able to feel kind of a click. All right, now we've got the hardware reinstalled for our coil packs. We'll go ahead and just tighten them down. And same with these, you don't have to do any crazy torque on them. You don't want to snap the heads of these either. Okay. All right, so now we got that reinstalled. We're gonna want to go ahead and get this line hooked back up. So we'll press that back on, make sure that's tight, and get that connector plugged back in. All right, so that's the driver's side. So now we're gonna go ahead and move to the passenger side. All right, so as you can see, we've now moved to the passenger side here. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Remove all of our screws holding in, or bolts holding our coil packs in. And then we'll move on to removing the coil packs and the spark plugs. Alright, and then the last one kind of hides back there a little bit. A little hard to see, but same thing, just get back there and what to do with the socket. So now what we'll do is go ahead and just remove the coil packs again. One, two, and 30. All right, so now I got the coil packs removed. Go ahead and get the spark plugs pulled out of this. See if I can get that one. Two, and this last one we're just gonna do by hand again. All right, I got the third plug out. Go ahead and reinstall. Like I said, remember, these do not get gapped. So whatever they are at, leave them alone. And okay. Go ahead and get these things reinstalled. Another quick tip, always make sure you're very careful with your spark plugs. If you drop them, it might be worth replacing because you never know if something's cracked. It might not be obvious if the porcelain cracked or something, but they're very, I wouldn't say they're super delicate, but it's definitely something, you know, if you drop it, not a bad idea to maybe consider getting a replacement, just in case. That way it doesn't cause you any issues, especially on some vehicles where it's a real pain in the butt to change the plugs. You really don't want to have to put it all back together to find out you got a miss because you dropped the plug and now you get to change it again. All right. Now we have successfully changed all these spark plugs. The next thing we need to do, go ahead and get our coil packs go back on and get those taken down, and then we can move on to putting the engine cover back on. Okay, make sure that's snug up. Move on to the next. Okay, and last one. Packs back on, and the last thing we need to do is just put our cover back on for the engine, and we're all done here. So let me So that's going to conclude our video today on changing spark plugs on a 2021 Ford F-150 with the 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost. hope this video helped you guys out. If you want to try to do it at home yourself, pretty straightforward, not many tools needed. I'll put the tool list below in the description just so you have an idea, along with the part number for the spark plugs. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next one, and thanks for watching.